Hello, hockey fans of all ages, shapes, and sizes. My screen's getting all rainy here. If it starts pouring, I might have to cut this short. Happy Canada Day to all us Canadians. It's July 2nd today, this Sunday morning. Got a little more vitamin D yesterday. I just finished moving. I was zonked out. I totally bailed on my friends. I heard the fireworks from the camper. So just at my buddy's campsite here in Port Franks. Beautiful spot for anybody visiting Canada. The bigger one is the Northern Neighbor in Grand Bend. That's where everybody likes to go from around here anyways. That and Port Stanley. Shout out to Mackey's again. I always like to do their shout outs. And today I wanted to talk about finding bargains in the off season, and a shout out here to Kipper and Bourne for calling out, I think, the right prices. I think we are bang on. It's rumored that Ryan O'Reilly, I'll show you the little river here, it's pretty nice. Yeah, like I think I give a solid D- to the Leafs so far. I think they're literally running it back. That's what we were all afraid of, and there they are. We were all afraid of the Leafs running it back, of course, and just going with the same in the insane asylum. I'm thinking of Padded Room right now. Shout out to the Quick Shift guys. That was hilarious. It was, by the way, it was Timo time, 5 goals. Hurdle, that's when Jumbo made the inappropriate, hilarious comment about I'd do whatever to myself if I scored 4 goals like Hurdle. And I think Hurdle did the old through the legs up top shelf on the goalie. But yeah, like for the Leafs, I'm so disappointed. Actually reviewing some footage of the Leafs, I kind of thought Marner and O'Reilly did really well together. So when I started to hear the Willie Nylander poundings in the news, I thought, okay, well maybe Willie Nylander's going to be the guy to go, and they're going to keep Ryan O'Reilly and Marner as good playmakers together. But it's rumored both Shen and O'Reilly are in Nashville. And as I said, shout out to Kipper and Bourne. We're like, they were bang on with the prices, I think, because we all knew Shen was going to get way more than what he was getting. He proved himself, and I thought he did really good with Morgan Riley on the right point and with the chirping and that solid, hitting and stuff you need in the playoffs. Yeah, so I'm really disappointed. I'm happy that it's Canada Day, and shout out to the Americans down south. I'm going to be heading across and going that way to Calgary. So maybe I'll see some people on July 4th. Happy July 4th to you down south. Big brother. Yeah, I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about before it starts, as you can see, my shirt's getting wet here. I'll start walking back. I think that your third line utility guys, like your Gus Nyquist, your Pierre Engvalls, your who else? Like your Kerfoots, Alex Kerfoot. Those are your third line proven utility guys that are solid, like your Barclay Goodrow type contract. In Tampa and then New York. Those kind of guys seem to be around $3 million. And I want to say it puts guys like Max Domi or Michael Bunting, like you're kind of a little bit better than third line guys, like you're probably top 6 wingers, your scorers, your shooter type guys. I want to say that it puts those guys in a really, really bad spot in the off season, because like, look at how many times Max Domi's a great, he's a hitter, he's a grinder, a mucker, he's in the corners, and he can also score. Like, guys like him, Evander Kane, Zach Hyman, Bunting, kind of a little bit of grit. I don't like the kind of excess, they call it diving or whatever, but just embellishment. I'm not a fan of that. Don Cherry never was either. Shout out to Grapes legend. But yeah, I think it puts these guys that are in the 5 million mark, like your Kevin LeBancs or whatever. When these guys are hot, they're worth every penny. They're actually undervalued at 5 million. And when they go cold, they're kind of like the whipping boys of their team at at trade deadline time, or after a rough season or with an injury. You're always looking at your book saying, oh man, why did we sign that guy? So D- for the Leafs. I don't know, it's still early days. Duchesne's out there. Who knows, they might really do some wild stuff through the summer, but so far really disappointed that Achari and Shen and O'Reilly, some great deadline acquisitions that I was really super stoked about. Maybe this is why I'm a fair weather Leafs fan sometimes. My buddies joke about that. Obviously I love the Sharks, they're my favorite team, and yeah, it's a weird one for the Leafs. It's a head scratcher, but that's it for today. Can't really think of anything else. So happy Canada Day to us Canadians yesterday, and happy July 4th coming up. Cheers.